Welcome everybody back to Geek Roulette, your one-stop shop for everything geeky. I'm your humble host, Chris Roulette, and I'm again here with my lovely girlfriend.
Yo, what is? Oh my god.
And honestly, we have quite a good episode for you here because we are talking about Companion today. So we're doing a little bit something different for this movie because I think we can't talk about it as much as we would want to without spoiling it. And I think the less you know about the movie,
the
better. So we're gonna go ahead and just, for those of you that want to stay here for spoilers, go ahead and stick around. Or if you just don't care, stick around. We're just gonna talk about it. But for those that just want a quick synopsis on like what's happening, like, hey, is it good? What is it? Is it a thriller? Like, is it a horror? What the fuck's going on? We'll give you our quick thoughts real quick before we start the spoiler section. So before anything, what did you think of anything before you going into the movie? Or?
No.
No.
You're just like, hey, let's go to the movies today. I'm like, okay.
Pretty much, yeah. I think the most you knew was that the guy from Barbarian was involved, pretty much, right? Yeah.
And I love his movie.
For me, I was already... Yeah, we fucking love Barbarian, and we were already big fans of his work. But he's not the director of this one. He's involved, and he worked on it. I think he's one of the main writers.
But I'm glad he's involved.
He very much is, same.
Because this movie came out
fucking
amazing.
Bomb as shit. So without spoiling anything, what would you rate this movie? I know we're already getting to the rating, but... It's because this movie is going to be hard to talk about without spoiling it.
A 10 out of 10.
No, this movie is honestly a 10 out of 10.
It's better than Nosferatu.
It's a completely different genre, but...
Don't watch that Twilight knockoff.
Okay, well... give me a fucking second. Now I'm fucking discombobulated and shit. But honestly... Look, Nosferatu and Companion are completely two different movies. If you want a gothic take or like that kind of shit, obviously go for Nosferatu. Companion, would you still say it's a better movie overall than Nosferatu?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you hated Nosferatu. I don't even know why I asked that question.
Yeah.
But even with that being in mind, I actually did enjoy this one a lot more than Nosferatu. So honestly, I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10 from my part as well. If you haven't been spoiled by the trailers or any commercials or anything like that, I say keep it that way. Just forget them. If you see them, skip the ads. Just if you planning on going to the movie anytime soon for Valentine's, would this be a perfect Valentine's Day movie, by the way?
Yeah.
No, yeah, very much so.
Totally wouldn't kill my significant other.
No, yeah, wouldn't kill my significant other after this, right?
No.
Wink. I'm scared. But no, we give it overall 10 out of 10.
Yeah. Shout out to the Alamo.
Shout out to the Alamo.
Best popcorn.
Best popcorn.
And empty theater.
Empty movie. Maybe it's because I bought the entire movie
No,
theater.
you didn't.
Right?
There was like an old lady in there. And
That's just because they were cleaning.
No, they weren't.
But no, we went to
saw them making out.
Oh my god. Well, that's because they're very passionate about what they do. But no, we had a great time at the Alamo. If they haven't, Alamo, what are you waiting for? Sponsor us already, because we fucking like going to the Alamo. You know, when there's not fucking annoying people and ruining the movie for us. But overall, guys, if you're looking for a Valentine's Day movie and you don't want to get spoiled, honestly, go check it out, honestly. But after you go watch it, come back. That way you can listen to the rest of this audio.
And for it being an hour and 31 minutes... It moves pretty quickly.
No, this movie's fucking, like, does not waste time at all. It kind of gets into that shit quick.
It does.
I think by the first 20 minutes, everything's gonna hit the fan pretty much.
It does.
And then after that, it's just a fucking roller coaster. So, honestly, I don't know what else we can say than strongly recommending this movie for anyone else. But for those of you who are staying, we're going into the spoilers in 3, 2, 1... Okay, and now we are in our spoiler section. Can you believe she transformed into a fucking Transformer?
Up to this point.
Megatron! We fight for the last time. But no, if you're still here, it's either because you came back because you want to hear the spoilers, or you already...
You just don't give a fuck.
You just don't give a fuck. And you want to hear our thoughts, which is great, by the way. Thank you, appreciate it. But no, let's get into it. The whole plot of this...
shit.
Yeah, no, this whole fucking plot of this movie is basically friends go to a cabin, This guy brings his girlfriend, which she ends up being
a robot.
Yeah,
a sex robot.
Pretty much a sex bot. She ends up being this artificial intelligence robot, companion robots.
Yes.
Their official names, I think. And they end up going to Lake House because he's introducing her to a friend. Oh, actually, well, that's not what's happening.
No.
But that's the excuse that he says to bring her over. And
I already knew she wasn't real because of the way she would walk.
No, yeah, in the beginning scene.
Yes, especially like the background of when like the story first starts off. Like there's no people around, you know, there's nothing. It's just them two in an empty ass. Like...
So everything looks artificial.
Yes. So the way she would walk was like she would be like flat-footed.
And I didn't catch that honestly. I just.
I immediately catched on like the first 30 seconds.
It started becoming obvious because I got spoiled by the fucking trailers or by the commercials, and I fucking hated that. So if you went in with it pretty much blind, good on you, honestly, because that's how she went in, and I think that's made her enjoy it more. No, she watched it without really having any spoilers, and I think that's what made you like it even more, right?
Yes, because it's kind of like
Barbarian, yeah.
Barbarian. So I went in there blind, and I just completely fell in love with that movie. Same with Talk to Me. I know they're like different.
They're completely different creators, different genres.
Studios, but I like going in blind.
I think the moral of the story is the less you know about a movie when going in, the better experience I think you're gonna get.
Yeah.
But no, pretty much he ends up, the excuse is that he goes ahead and brings her over to like introduce her friends.
To Lake House.
Lake House mansion.
Very big mansion.
Very pretty much in the middle of a lake. And this Russian man who is just tries to take advances on her.
Yes.
Ends up, biting off a little bit more than he could chew, and ends up getting fucking stabbed in the fucking neck by Iris.
And it's funny because like Iris, the robot, she just walks into the house, like back to the lake house like nothing, just drenched in blood. She's like, "What is up, my guy?" And everyone starts panicking. I don't know. I just thought it was funny.
No, and like she was saying earlier in the non-spoiler section, this movie moves quick. Like, you get from one thing to another, and it never stops. It just feels like a complete roller coaster. But no, yeah, everyone honestly did a fantastic job here for as much as the cast. What did you think of the main actress, or the main characters, Iris, who was played by Sophie Thatcher, I think? I believe so. No, she did a great job, right?
Yeah, especially when she had to switch
like, roles.
Characters or whatever.
Because as the movie goes on, I'm sure as many of you know, or just don't give a fuck, she kind of like ups her intelligence after she finds out that she's an android or a sex bot or whatever.
Her intelligence was at 49%.
49%.
She literally like put it up to 100.
She's just like, nah, let's go on from there.
I wish I could do that.
No, yeah, most of us wish we could just fucking do that, or it's just a setting on our brain and it would just fucking make us go smart real quick. But no, honestly, she did a fantastic job because she had to play both, I guess, the dumb robot at the beginning, and then she had to kind of develop...
Kind of like the dumb blonde.
Pretty much. So we end up finding out that actually one of the supporting cast, Eli, which is played brilliantly, by the way, by Harvey Gillian.
A.K.A. Olaf.
Olaf, yeah, pretty much. And we find out that he also has a bit of a sex bot, which ends up teaming up by the end with her by the end of it, Iris?
No, I wouldn't say he teams up with her. He teams up with Josh.
Oh yeah, he teams up with Josh. I mean, but he ends up killing himself by the end of it, pretty much.
Yeah,
he's like,
he was sad.
I'm sad. My boyfriend died. Really, he basically takes himself. Honestly, everyone here, especially the main actress playing Iris, were fucking amazing. Everyone did what they were supposed to do. For example, Josh, who's like we were saying earlier, like our main antagonist for this movie, who played wonderfully by Jack Quaid. How would you describe his performance, honestly?
Oh, he's the reason why my hate towards men grows every day.
No, yeah.
But I did love the fact that Iris was breaking up with him.
No, yeah, there's
it's like, it's not me, it's not you, it's me.
Yeah.
We're just on different paths.
We're on different paths. No, that was funny. Honestly, everyone knew how to play a balance of both comedic, serious, intimidation, everyone had to be a little bit of everything, honestly. And there was never no one felt that they were just like background or like felt like they were lacking behind anyone else. Everyone was just like on the same level as everyone else.
I agree.
And then, which obviously brings us to the performance. He was absolutely
Yes.
a menace. Josh,
I feel like he's been in other movies. but
No,
I
he
can't
has.
find-
He's been in the. I know him more from the show The Boys, and I know him from Star Trek because he voices one of the characters.
I love Eli. I know his what is it? His
Reputation.
No.
Like-
His story was cut short.
Oh no, yeah, he very much gets shot.
Eli.
R.I.P. Eli. No, honestly, Eli did a fantastic job because, as we were saying, it plays a good sense of like seriousness, dark comedy, and humor. Yeah. Would you consider this a thriller or like?
Well, I say it's a thriller.
Not a horror.
More than horror, yeah.
So I hope you're not going into it with it's like, oh, it's a horror movie. It's a thriller more than anything else, honestly. Would you I know the guy from Barbarian compared it to this, but which one would you say you like the most, actually?
Oh, you're gonna pull that off?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Honestly, I would say, oh my gosh, I think, Companion is probably gonna win.
Really?
Yeah. I love it.
Mhm.
And I know you hate when I just say I love it, but it's just like I don't know.
No, I get
Barbarian
you.
is old news.
Mhm.
This is the new shit.
This is the new shit that we care about. It's just, I'm not gonna lie to you, maybe it is a close tie for me, but I think I just prefer Barbarian because it really was a what the fuck is going on for
the
me.
reason that movie holds a special place in my heart is because you were gagging in the movie theater
Yeah, that's true.
when the breastfeeding scene happened, and the entire movie theater is just quiet, and all I hear in the background is. And I just bust out laughing. You're gagging in the back. I'm just like,
That movie was hard to watch during that scene. I fucking hated it. I still love the movie, but I fucking hated that one scene. But there was issues with Barbarian, but did you have any issues with this movie?
No.
Really?
I
Not
didn't.
not even pet peeves or
Nope.
anything?
No, sir.
I know we mentioned earlier that how it does a pretty good balance between comedy and dark humor, seriousness. It feels like it's tying a knot sometimes, and it's pretty much a good thriller besides everything else. But did you didn't get over? Did you think it wasn't overdone with the jokes sometimes?
No.
Specifically, the one where they're just dancing, because
The dancing was a little bit too much,
Mhm.
but it didn't really bother me to be like, oh. Wait.
It bothered me a little bit, not enough for me to ruin oh, this movie is ruined because of it, but it did bother me enough where I was like, I noticed it, and I'm like, we could have gone a little bit more or less. Besides, we could have taken one dance scene off because during one of the memories, they ends up having 3 dance numbers in total.
Oh no, I think more.
You sure?
I think it was more because it was when he was rebooting the guy, Patrick. And then when they were telling the story on how they met, and then again, I think it was more than
3 or 4.
3 or 4 probably. But
That's why That's what I thought. I was like, it was a little overdone, but again, doesn't honestly detract from the movie itself because this movie is a huge win, honestly. And what did you think was gonna happen by the end of it, honestly? Because usually you're very good at guessing on what's happening with the movie or where it's going. But did you have any idea where this one was going?
For me, it was two options on how it was gonna end. She was either gonna get sent back and reboot it, or she was gonna be able to escape and just live a regular life. One of those two, and it was when she just lived like a regular person
Pretty
in
much.
society. This kind of brings back flashbacks to the game called Detroit Becomes Human.
Real fucking powerful shit right there.
Ah, yeah. Oh my goodness. Such an amazing.
It's an amazing game. We're playing through it right now. But besides the point, honestly, I had no idea where this movie was going at times.
I did.
Congratulations.
Oh, and then she, at the end of the movie, she's riding this beautiful ass, old school Mustang. Cherry red. I fucking loved it.
I know, it was a cool ass fucking car though.
I know. I'm like, wow.
And then it's revealed that the reason why she went off like on a basically killing spree real quick is because it was a planned murder actually. They wanted to kill the Russian guy to take his money.
I feel bad for him. He just wanted to be loved.
Apparently he was still like an asshole though. He wasn't a fucking mob boss.
If I was in that position, I'd be like, okay, just give me money.
Give me the money.
Kind of like a sugar baby.
Sugar baby, sugar mama kind of situation.
Yeah. I'll stay, I guess.
Okay, you give me enough money, I'll stay long enough.
Yeah.
But what did you think of the ending by everything when everything basically concluded? Because I know that basically Josh fucks up because he thinks that when he makes her shoot herself in the brain, that memory's gone, all clear. Which I was like, fuck. I was like, I thought at that point I was like, dude, this is gonna be a shit ending. But no, it turns out that
it was like in her abdomen.
Yeah, no, in her basically core.
Yeah.
Literally her core is in her core.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I say abdomen. I feel like it was abdomen.
Yeah, it's pretty much. But it turns out that her memory is actually stored up in her abdomen, and not in her head. And then they have this like climactic end where, I mean, there's no other way of getting around it. This movie is about abusive relationships, abusive couples, manipulative partners. It's about the whole 9 yards, honestly. And honestly, for the theme for this movie, Jesus, I never thought when it gets to those sections where it's meant to show an image of abuse and manipulation, it doesn't really roll to the point where it is uncomfortable, because even when she's free of him, she feels a little still bit controlled by him. Remember?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So honestly, I thought that was really cool, or a nice touch, if anything. Sad, but nice touch.
Shout out to Iris. She had to go through all that.
I know. Shout out to Iris. Straight up. But no, overall, by the end of it, what did you think of the overall ending?
I liked it. I really liked that she was able to just walk away, even though she kind of felt like she was still being controlled
by Josh.
By Josh, yes. And then I like the part where she's like driving, right, and then she sees another like bot in the car.
I think it might have just been another like human person.
No, it was a bot because it looked like her, but she just like brown hair and like blue eyes.
You might have been right.
And then like she waves at her and like her little robot arm is like
like showing up and shit.
And the other like robot was just like, what?
What the fuck?
What the fuck is going on?
Do I have to kill him
kill
to
him.
be free?
Yes.
I can say that we pretty much love this movie from beginning to end. And what would your overall final score be?
10 out of 10 still.
10 out of 10? I know we already gave it for the non-spoiler section, but for those of you who've stayed, by the way, thank you. Pretty much, it's gonna be a 10 out of 10 for me. Even though for me, a 10 out of 10 doesn't have to be a masterful or a perfect movie, but for me, this movie did everything I wanted it to, plus more. So why wouldn't I consider it a 10 out of 10, honestly? Anything else you want to add before we go ahead and say goodbye to these lovely folks?
Watch it.
Watch it, pretty much.
Watch Companion instead of wasting an hour or something on Nosferatu.
Well, I mean, no need for that.
Yeah, throwing shade at Nosferatu.
Good Valentine's movie?
Yeah.
Good Valentine's movie indeed. Like always, see you next time. And remember, always bet on Geek.
Geek.